He thought he could stay in the shadows. He thought he could keep his distance, do a quiet favor for Tracy Quartermain and walk away clean. But Port Charles doesn't let anyone walk away clean. And now with a photograph, two of the sharpest women in the city and a blackmail threat closing in from every direction, Ethan Lovett is about to find out exactly how small a secret can make a man feel when the wrong people are holding it over his head. Welcome back, GH fans, if you have been watching this. Storyline builds slowly, carefully, with that particular patience that only the best soap writing demands. Then this week's spoilers are going to feel like everything you've been waiting for. Because the Ethan Lovett story is officially coming to head, and the fallout is going to ripple through Port Charles in ways that could reshape multiple families at once. Let's start with some context, because Ethan Lovett, played by Nathan Dean, is a character who operates in the margins by design. He's charming, he's resourceful, and he's deliberately vague about his motivations. He pitched himself to Tracy Quartermain, the incomparable Jane Elliott, as someone discreet, a man with skills suited for Port Charles's more nuanced dealings. And Tracy, who has never once in her life turned down a useful person, took him up on the offer. His mission: make absolutely certain that nothing gets in the way of Brooklyn Quartermain and Harrison Chase adopting baby Phoebe. Family first, always, that was the deal. What Tracy may not have fully accounted for is just how complicated Ethan's connection to Phoebe might actually be. Because the question that has been quietly circling the storyline, whispered in fan forums, hinted at in episode after episode, is finally forcing its way into the open. Is Ethan Lovett Phoebe's biological father? Here's where the walls start closing in. During their trip to Manhattan, Ava Jerome, the formidable Maura West, and Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grahn, were shown a photograph by a man named Apollo, played by Maxwell Caulfield. That photograph connected Ethan directly to Delilah Wilson, the biological mother of baby Phoebe, played by Lily Cardone. The reaction from both Ava and Alexis was immediate and unmistakable. They were thrown. Because these aren't naive characters, these are two women who have collectively navigated Port Charles' darkest corners for decades. They know what a significant connection looks like. And the moment they saw that photo, the same question surfaced in both their minds. The same question fans have been asking for weeks. If Ethan and Delilah have a documented history together, and Delilah just had a baby whose paternity has never been definitively confirmed, then is Ethan the father? Now, to be clear, General Hospital has not confirmed Ethan's paternity on screen. The show has been careful about that, threading clues, building implications, but stopping just short of the definitive reveal. It's smart writing. It could be a setup for a genuine twist. It could be that the writers are saving a full confession for a pivotal high-stakes moment where the emotional impact lands hardest. Either way, what matters right now is that the two most dangerous women in Ethan's orbit both suspect the truth, and that changes everything. On June 4th, someone is going to warn Ethan. And based on everything we know about these characters and how they operate, the most likely candidate is Alexis Davis. Alexis' approach to the situation will be characteristically direct and morally anchored. She's going to lay the photo on the table, metaphorically if not literally, and confront Ethan with what she and Ava uncovered in Manhattan. But here's what makes Alexis' version of this confrontation so compelling. She isn't coming at Ethan with cruelty. Alexis, at her core, is someone who has spent years trying to be better, to make the right call even when the wrong one would be easier. Her warning to Ethan will almost certainly be framed around the stakes for Phoebe's adoption. If Ethan is the biological father of this baby, and if he hasn't come clean about that connection, then he is sitting on a secret that could crater Brooklyn and Chase's dreams of building their family. That is not a small thing. That is everything to those two people. And caught in the middle of all of this is Phoebe, a baby girl who doesn't know any of it. A child who, if the speculation is correct, has a biological father walking the streets of Port Charles, choosing to stay silent for reasons that are both complicated and painfully human. Ethan's silence may be selfless. It may be the only way he knows how to love something from a distance without claiming it. Or it may be a choice he'll eventually be unable to sustain, no matter what he promises Alexis. Meanwhile, Brooklyn and Chase are building a family on ground that may not be as solid as they believe. And that is exactly the kind of storytelling General Hospital has always done best, letting joy exist right on top of a fault line and letting viewers wait for the tremor. Ethan Lovett came to Port Charles looking like a man with nothing to lose. But the more we learn, the more it looks like he has everything at stake. A secret biological connection, a blackmail threat from Ava Jerome, a moral crossroads courtesy of Alexis Davis, and a baby girl whose entire future could hinge on the choices he makes in the next few days. Nathan Dean has been given something genuinely rich to work with here, and the weeks ahead are going to be absolutely riveting to watch unfold. So here's your question for the comment section today, and I genuinely want to know what you think. Is Ethan Phoebe's biological father? And if he is, should he come clean, or does staying silent protect everyone? Drop your theory below right now. Hit that like button if this breakdown gave you something to think about. Subscribe for daily GH spoilers and recaps, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a moment. We'll see you in the next one.